Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world watching our YouTube series here. My name is Taylor, focused on the West Chapel area, on the greater Tampa Bay area. Today we're going to go over some ins and outs as a buyer on the purchase and sale contract here in the state of Florida. So let's get started here. Again, please like and share. That's how we get information out, right? It's free information. The first thing I want to cover is attorneys in the state of Florida actually write our contract. They're called a FSBO as-is contract. That is the current contract that we use in the state of Florida. One simple disclaimer, I'm not a real estate attorney. If you do seek out any type of legal help, please go and go forth, wreak havoc. Do that. I'm not a real estate attorney. I'm not here to provide legal advice. All I can do is go over the contract with you as a buyer or a seller so that you understand it the best of your ability. If you are doing it for sale by owner, you can also use this as your knowledge from this video. There are a lot of contingencies, there's just deadlines, there's disclaimers that we're going to cover today in this real estate contract. All right, let's get started. Like any written contract that is enforceable, the common information, disinformation rather, I see that as missing when an offer is placed, meaning you have a buyer's agent who's submitting an offer to a listing agent. They leave some things that are left blank. You can't leave the title company sentences information out, meaning let's see, I got it pulled up right here. You need to have a company on line 2 alpha, on line 33. This can be page 1 of the contract. If you don't have the title company on there when you send your offer over to that listing agent, this contract is no longer enforceable. What that means is you try to move forward with it without any type of title company on there, it's not enforceable. If you say, well, hey, I submitted my offer on Monday, I requested a reply from you by Tuesday at 7 p.m. And they didn't respond until Wednesday, it's not enforceable. You didn't have the title company's information on there. You gotta have it on there. Now, I will be jumping around on this contract and we'll start on page 1. However, there are some items that are covered in the beginning and the explanation in the facts towards the end of the paper of the contract here. Most buyers are always confused on their escrow deposit, good faith deposit, or what a lot of people call EMD for short. The escrow money deposit is generally 1 to 3% of the purchase price and is generally speaking due 3 days after an executed contract. What's an executed contract, Taylor? Great question. An executed contract is when both buyer and seller, all decision makers, have initialed and signed all 12 pages of the real estate FSBO as-is contract. Now, as a buyer's agent, you do have discretion to fill in that box on page 1, line 30. Otherwise, it will default to 3 days after executing the contract. What does that mean? Yes, normally people within 3 days of executing the contract will deliver their escrow, their EMD, their good faith deposit. It's going to go to a title company, third party company that holds the escrow. That way they're not involved on the buy side or the sell side as far as any kind of disputes go. Let's see. All right, now here's where we start to jump around all over the contract. Well, a little bit. Buckle up. Many clients and agents get it twisted in reference to timelines, calendar days versus business days. If you Google Florida FSBO as-is real estate contract and you look up page 8, line 432, you're going to see some very interesting verbiage. Keep in mind, these contracts are written by real estate attorneys. Time is of the essence in this contract. Calendar days, unless written on your offer on Monday and your inspection ends on, say, Saturday, your inspection period now ends on Monday. If any kind of contingency ends on a Saturday or Sunday, it's going to go to that next day. If you execute an offer on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you follow? So Sunday is going to be your first executed day, even though it's a quote unquote non-business day. It doesn't matter, it's calendar days. And it's not ending on that Sunday either. If you have an inspection that ends on a Saturday, it's going to go to Monday. If you have an inspection period that ends on Sunday, it's going to go to Monday. If you have a financing contingency that ends on a Saturday or Sunday, it's going to go to Monday. All within those different parameters, all within those different timelines. Why are timelines so important? When a buyer sends over an escrow, it can be in jeopardy if the agent is not on the top of their game. In many ways, and that's what we'll attack now. A buyer generally has, again, 3 days to deliver escrow money deposit. If they don't do that within their time frame, they are now in default of the contract, meaning the seller can send a release and cancellation. In theory, they really don't even have to, but now the contract is null and void because they did not deliver their escrow in the time that they binded to the contract, basically stating, hey, I'm going to do this within the 3 days.